let's talk about the road to recovery in D.C. In just a few hours, things will look a lot more normal. Places like restaurants, gyms, and stores can all go to full capacity tomorrow. Those restrictions we've been dealing with for more than a year will be dropped. Now, this is a huge step forward in our city. It might even feel a little daunting. That's okay. We're here to help you plan ahead. Tom Dempsey is live in Northwest with how restaurants are preparing for the big day. Tom?
Yeah, well, Leslie, this change going into effect tomorrow means restaurants like Busboys and Poets here along K Street can welcome back crowds for the first time in over a year at full capacity. And this sort of change is going to impact places like churches, gyms, and retail stores. But recovery, of course, will still take some time.
Medium there.
It almost feels like the night before New Year's Eve. You know, we haven't had a lot of days to really look forward to.
Inside 1789 restaurant in Georgetown on Thursday, the final preparations took shape ahead of the day many waited over a year for.
Having the R&M companies in here servicing the coolers to make sure everything works deep clean, because things haven't been touched in over a year.
Friday marks the lifting of all capacity restrictions for many businesses across the district, including restaurants, churches, schools, gyms, and rec centers, and for weddings and special events. The full reopenings also bring some challenges. Clyde's Restaurant Group, which oversees 1789 and other places to eat, estimates staffing levels to be down 40% from pre-pandemic levels. Manager David Moran says it could take months to fill the open spots, but the return of customers brings some hope.
You simply go onto the streets, you see more people walking around, the parking garages are starting to fill up again.
And as D.C. continues to see declining COVID numbers, Mayor Muriel Bowser recently called for everyone to stay vigilant, with the pandemic still not over.
And if you're not vaccinated or not yet fully vaccinated, we need you to continue to protect yourselves.
Friday, bringing another sign of progress, with businesses and restaurants ready to welcome more people back.
I think tomorrow is the real return to normalcy. There's no getting around that tomorrow is a great day for us in our city.
Worth noting, bars and nightclubs will still see some restrictions after tomorrow with 50% capacity limits, but those limits will be lifted on June 11th. Live along K Street, I'm Tom Dempsey, WUSA 9.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to, Tom. Thank you.